Having learned list and set, let us try to see one more multiple data combination in Python, which is called tuples. So before we take a dig at tuples, let's recall that a list can be declared, separated by a square bracket. A set can be declared within curly bracket. On the other hand, a tuple T can be declared with now. What is the use of a tuple? The definition of tuple is it's a immutable list. A tuple is an immutable list. The meaning of it is a tuple cannot be added, cannot be modified, cannot be deleted. So the basic difference between a tuple and a list is a tuple cannot be modified, deleted or updated. Let's see. So if you try to declare a list with multiple same element, you can declare a list with multiple same elements, whereas set will not take multiple elements. What is the tuple? So print, let's say L equal to 0, S equal to 1, T equal to 2 dot format L comma S comma T. So T acts just like your list. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. However, set has discarded all the duplicate elements. So tuple takes multiple elements, but we cannot add or delete anything from the tuple. Let's see what is the meaning. So T dot add. Instance of tuple has no add element. Append. Instance of tuple has no append element. Remove. Instance of tuple has no remove member. Now, because once you create a tuple, that cannot be changed. It's a fixed list. However, because tuple by default is a list, you can index it. Just the way you can index a list. Okay. Index of 0 is 1 for the tuple. Index of 2 is 3 for the tuple. Okay. You can also 4 in tuple, which is going to print true because 4 is present. 44 in tuple, it is false. T dot index of 3, 0, 1, 2, it's going to return 2. So indexing, Boolean operation and other things in the tuple is same as the list. The only thing is the tuple doesn't support adding or removing any element. Now, why do you want to create a tuple at the by the end? The tuples are most useful in a special scenario. Suppose you want to assign multiple values to multiple variables. Let's say that we have a complex calculation where R peak is calculated, T peak is calculated, P peak is calculated. Now generally, let's take a special case of an ECG signal. Let's say the value of R location is something, let's say 1. Okay. P location is something like 11. T location is something like 13. Okay. Q location is something like 16. S location is something like 20, then R amplitude is equal to 25, sorry, P amplitude, let's say R amplitude is equal to 50, and so and so, so and so. Now if I need to assign them to certain variable, I mean you can see this is quite tedious. If you have multiple number of variables, the same process becomes extremely tedious after calculating, returning the value. So instead of doing that, we can use tuples. So when you are using tuples, all you need to do is, you see, P location, sorry, R, let's call it a R location, or let's say RLT instead of R location, let's say RLT, comma PLT, comma TLT, comma QLT, comma SLT, comma PAMPT, comma RAMPT is equal to 1, 11, 13, 16, 20, 25, 50. So instead of using multiple lines, you can use a tuple to assign multiple values to multiple variables simultaneously. Let's compare. Print RL is equal to 0 and RLT equal to 1, comma P log equal to 2 and PLT equal to 3. Let's compare this many variables. We have taken PLT over here. Dot format RL, comma RLT, comma PLog, comma PLT. Let's execute it. See, RL is equal to 1, RLT is also 1, PLT is, P location is 11, PLT is 11, and so and so. So tuples are mainly used in this fashion, where you may require to assign huge number of values to a huge number of variables. Instead of extending them and writing it, creating a tuple is an easy way out. Now, just like a set, a tuple can also be converted into list, and list can be converted into tuple. So let's see. Let's also print the type of T, just to see what is the data type of T. If you print, you can see the type is tuple. Now if I write TL is equal to list of T, TL will become a list. I can add element in a list, something like 20. T is equal to tuple of TL. So we can create a tuple. You can create a list from a tuple by passing the tuple in a list function. Once it is converted into list, all the list operation like removing, appending is supported. After that, if you want it to be converted into if you want to why it is not getting converted into, yeah. So if you want to perform an operation like adding element, removing element, you can convert a tuple into list by passing it into the parameter of list. Then you can perform all the operations which are supported by the list. After done, again you can convert it back into tuple by passing that into tuple data type. Now if you try to append, again it's going to give an error because t has already been converted into tuple. Okay, now if t remains to be list, it doesn't give the error, you can still append the element, and at the end if you try to print t, t is not a tuple, it's just a list. Okay, so to recall, a tuple is a immutable list. Immutable, mutation means the changes. So a tuple is a list which cannot be changed. So tuple has to be treated like a list, but no changing operation is supported for the tuple. Now